Good morning, YouTube. It's cold out here. Hope everyone's doing fine and well. Get, getting your day started, hopefully. So today I wanted to talk about our brain and how to and in a sense what's happening to our brain as we're trying new things and getting off these drugs, It's like our whole physiology, our whole body, everything's rebooting. Our brain, everything. And there's parts that are going to be, I don't know, damaged, I say. What I mean by damaged is just that there's just lost connection. I mean, our brain runs through electricity. It's mainly water and all these connections, these neural connections, synapses, which creates little sparks of light, electricity, which is sending information down to the rest of our whole body, which gives us decision making or not making, depending on the connection, I guess. So based based on that is our prefrontal cortex. It's the front part of our brain. It's partly like the biggest part of our brain, I guess. That's where all the decision making parts come. And through a lot of our drug usage, through trauma, through accidents, you name it, all concussions or whatever, we damage those connections. So with that knowing it you can start practicing compassion, and be able to forgive thyself for everything that has been done, because in a sense you're programmed and wired to be a certain way based on experiences, based on family history, based on what we eat, what we believe. All that into effect on how we get wired. You know what I mean? And it's all for survival. And with that being said, is but the beauty is before they used to tell us that there was nothing you can do, that once you do drugs you kill your brain cells and this and that and you're pretty much screwed. But there's this thing called neuroplasticity, which is the ability for our brain to continuously, into the day we die, will always find ways to rewire itself for your new events, new experiences. It's constantly. There's a terminology that they use in neuroscience, and it's neurons that fire together wire together. And that wiring in between is called a synapse. And so with neuroplasticity, as we're learning new things and doing new things, there's this other thing called a synaptic pruning, where we're getting rid of those old connections. So the urges ain't as strong. The more you're away from fucking consuming drugs or around those type of people, around triggers, then it gets easier and easier. It's the connection is not as strong, so that means the impulse will not be as strong. And one thing that helps this a lot is mindfulness, man. 5 minutes of concentrated breathing, of relaxing and being and recognizing stress or tension in your body and just letting it go with breath. Especially like if you're in a rehab and it's in a group setting, it makes it more powerful, stronger. I mean, we're all connected. And 5 minutes of that, and then right after that, you could either draw, journal, do a crossword puzzle, anything like that. Boom. It's you're learning to focus, you're learning to concentrate, you're learning to be patient, you're learning to recognize the body tension, you know? Mindfulness. That's basically what it is. It's you could apply it to every and anything in in your life, you know? Everything and anything. Um by slowing down, you know what I mean? By being mindful, it's it being conscious of our breath, questioning our thoughts. And really when once you're in that zone, in that mindful zone, it's like the thoughts stop. And it's pretty fucking cool, you know? And one thing that has helped me has been art. I do ceramic sculptures out of clay ceramics. I also do paintings, abstract. I love art and abstract art because it's like nothing's planned. You know what I mean? Ain't shit like you're not worried about what the hell anybody's gonna think. You just grab color, whatever color comes to mind, whatever, and you just have fun with it, man. You know what I mean? I'm also working on this snow painting, doing this painting. I also play with pastels, which I found in rehab. And so these were all different things that I tried. And I found art that really just fucking blew my mind. And the beauty is of art is it helps synchronize both left and right hemispheres of our brain. You know what I mean? More communication, more thing. And then, like I said, you could apply mindfulness to art itself. Like where there's no expectations, there's no nothing. It's just about letting go and having fun, you know? And if you want to make it a career out of it, then you start doing all that other stuff that's gonna cause stress, like trying to figure out how to sell this stuff and all that. But that's that's it's all part of the process. It's all about having fun, and once your heart is in it, you'll see that fuck man, you can go for 18 hours or wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, learn shit and do exercise and still have this incredible amount of energy that the heart will give us. And I'll go in more into the heart as it has its own little brain. I'll explain that later. But once you start unlocking that, it gets easier and easier. So with that being said, find what lights your heart up, man, and fall in love with learning, man. Fall in love with learning so you could start understanding the process of the shit that's going down, but also learn your uniqueness and make everything that you learn, try to figure out a way to make it your own. Don't try to fucking mimic everybody else's shit, because then sometimes when you don't meet to the exact standards that are being put out there, then you can feel very guilty, or it can be like a very downslope. But that comes later with territory, learning to trusting in your own intrinsic nature, in your own heart, in your own ability to be that creative source in your life. You know, like attracts like. The more we get into truth, the more we get into letting go of all this fucking drugs, and people come, inspiration comes, letting go comes. It's beautiful, it's painful, it's everything. It's every fucking spectrum of life, because that's all we're here to do is experience. you know Have a blessed day. Love you guys, and find your heart, man.